Okay, what's up? Thursday morning, here we go. Who's ready? Today we're going to make a little peach bread pudding. This time of year in the Carolinas, the peaches are ridiculously sweet, tender, ripe. So I figured we're going to show you a little dessert for Sunday night. I'm going to make a big batch because I'm making it for the restaurant. But you can always shrink down the size. You know, when I do these little cooking videos for you, I don't use recipes, so I'm going to kind of walk you through what I do, and then you're going to give the dish your interpretation. You might even do it better than me. So, when we go peach bread pudding, what's the first ingredient? Peaches. For time, I've already pre-sliced some very ripe peaches. There we go, you got your peaches. Just thinly slice them. You can cube them, you can peach them. I mean, peach them, shit. You can slice them, you can cube them, you can do whatever you want with them. And then we've got bread. This is ciabatta bread that I cut into cubes last night. I actually let it sit out overnight so it gets a little stale. It's going to absorb that cream a little bit. Give that a little toss. Alright, so in here we've got the peaches, and we've got the bread. Now we're going to make a little slurry. Before I do that, one thing I like in all of my sweet bread puddings, I like some golden raisins. So I'm going to add a little golden raisins. I just like the contrast and texture like that. Do you have to do it? No. That's just my personal preference. So you make it, you're eating it, so you make it the way you want. Alright, then we're going to make a little slurry in here. I'm going to take some heavy cream. You know how I don't like measurements. I'll try and walk you through it. For this amount, I'm going to make this in a full hotel pan. So for this amount, I'm going to start with 2 quarts of cream. Alright, while I was gone, I cheated. I put in another quart. So I've got 3 quarts of heavy cream. I'm going to crack a dozen eggs in here. This is just going to make like a custard out of this. We got eggs and cream. How many was that? Anybody count? Joe?
7.
7? I put a couple in while you were gone. So. 5 feet close. How many do I have in here? Shit, I'll go 14. I was like number 4, so I'll go 14 on that. Alright, then what we're going to do is I'm going to take some cinnamon. Now watch these careful measurements. I like the flavor of cinnamon. You know what I'm doing with this? I'm going to add the cinnamon, I'm going to add vanilla extract, and I'm going to add a little almond extract. Shave a little nutmeg. Now, growing up in New York, we did a lot of good humor ice cream. So this is going to taste like, for a peach bread pudding, it tastes like a toasted almond bar from Good Humor with that little bit of vanilla and almond. So we'll check it out. You got vanilla extract. You're going to put a couple of tablespoons in there. Almond extract. You're going to go real light on the almond. You just want subtle. Maybe a teaspoon. And then I'm going to go a little bit of nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg. Don't ever use that stuff that's powdered. Just grate this in here. Kind of use the half of one of these nutmegs. And then, this is a sweet bread pudding. I'm going to use about 2 cups of sugar. Now I'm going to stir this slurry up here. Now, one of the reasons why you guys might want to measure at home, you probably don't want to do this, but I got to taste it. Damn, that's good. Tell me what. That's good stuff. Pour your slurry right into your peaches and bread. Use a spatula, get all that out. Don't waste anything. Good way to help clean your bowl. Now we're going to get in here. Mix all this up. Now again, a lot of times when people do this, they'll do it the dried method. They'll put it in the pan, they'll stick it in the oven. You'll see there's a lot of moisture in here. I want a lot of moisture because it's going to bake out. Now let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to take a hotel pan, and I'm just going to get a little bit of butter on the bottom because I don't want this thing sticking. I've got a lot of recipes for you you know, when you make a cake, they want you to flour it and then, or butter it and then flour it. I like things sweet. I like that crunch on the bottom. It starts to caramelize. So I go a little bit of granulated sugar in here. And all you want to do is this is going to prevent it from sticking. It's going to caramelize those sides and the bottom. It just tastes good. And it doesn't have too much sugar. So I'm going to come right in here. Press this down. See all those nice peaches on top. Again, I want to press this. I want it to have a nice little firm consistency. You can still see the moisture rising up from the sides. And we just get a handful more peaches in here. Don't want to waste any of this. Alright. So now you got everything in here. Now what I want to go with is I'm going to go with some brown sugar. This is going to give me a nice crunchy top. I'm going to take, this is probably a box of brown sugar, light brown sugar. Go all over the top of this. And again, I'm going to press down. Don't forget any of your sides. Alright. Now we can take the examination gloves off. Everyone happy so far? I'm going to cover this up with aluminum foil because I don't want this to start to caramelize yet. I'm going to go in a water bath. I've got another hotel pan filled halfway with water. Alright, I've got the oven on 400 degrees. I'm going to put this peach bread pudding in the water bath, in the oven, for about 45 minutes. That's going to start the cooking process. Then I'm going to take the top off. I'm going to leave it still in the water bath, but the top will be exposed. That's going to go for another 40 minutes. That's going to get that top nice golden brown and caramelized. We're going to let it cool off. Then I'll come back. We'll cut a piece out. I'm going to serve it with fresh vanilla bean ice cream. And see if you're all right. So you know the whole thing we did. We started out with the peaches and bread, made the little slurry, did it about 45 minutes in the oven in the water bath, covered up, uncovered it. So now we pulled it out of the oven. You make sure you cook it enough to get the moisture out. You get that nice golden brown topping. Then what we've done, go on the plate. Scoop some out, serve with a little vanilla bean ice cream, fresh sprig of mint. Because of all the rules, you know, I can't tell you where I am. Take a look, find me tonight, folks. Hey, whatever's not, just come find me. See you.